Hey, Rowena Josh, thanks for the follow. Sorry, nag-relive lang tayo. Wait, let me just edit. Reconfigure the stream muna ulit. Ayan. Sorry, we have to relive. Wait lang mga Beshiewap. Let me just edit the stream again. Unfortunately, something happened. Let me just set up the stream again. There's something went wrong with with Streamlabs. Inend niya yung stream. Kakaiba. Okay, wait. Let me just set up the stream again. Pangit ka, Bandi. Now I have to set up the stream again, reactivate the poll, reshare the stream. Cute talaga nito ng screens. There, what's up, Jomel? Oo, stream Jomel, nagloko yung Streamlabs. Naghang. So nag-relive. Relive na lang tayo. Ayan, we have another streamer in the house, mga Beshiewap, Jomel Gaming on Facebook. And let's support him by following him on Facebook Gaming. Maraming salamat, Jomel. Buti nga sinabihan ako ng isang viewer ko na dito sa sa Batsim. Buti nandito sila sa Batsim. Sinabihan ako na nawala daw yung stream. Ayan, so reactivate lang natin yung ating poll. There. Sa akin na rin. I think we're good. Happy Flight Thursday. Thank you, Jomel. Maraming salamat. Magka-Clark siya. Clark ang ano niya. Anyway, so Andam? Anyway, so wait. Let me just reshare my stream, mga Beshiewap, because I did a relive. So, share lang po ulit natin yung ating stream. Wait. Pangit ka banding ni Facebook. Pangit mo ka banding. Ay, wait. Naka palang i-refresh. Ayan. We have a new live stream. Share lang po muna ako ulit. Wait lang pa, mga Beshiewap. I'll go back to the comment section in a bit. Kailangan tuloy ulitin yung mga shares ko. Delete ko na pala yung... Yes. Lagyan tayo ng bago. Ayan, cool. Hey, cool. Again, welcome. Ay. Ayan, welcome mga Beshiewap.
Sakto, Ragay 31 by November 2025.
Hey, Mark, what's up? Sir, pa-shoutout po kay Patrick Pascual ng Night Fury. Ayan, from Eco Navarro. Patrick Pascual ng Night Fury, sinashoutout ka namin sa ngalan ng batas. Sumuko ka na. Subukan. Ayan. Thank you, Eka Navarro for the like. Maraming salamat. Mark, what's up? Mark Evangelista. Dito pala kayo sa Pinas, ha? Sa akin, hindi ako nakapunta sa sa birthday ng daughter mo. May work kasi. May work. Nagloko yung Streamlabs, Sir Andre, kaya kailangan ko mag-restream.
Traffic 816, descending 6,000 feet, Clark.
Ayan, magla-landing sa Clark. Kailan tayo magkita-kita? Kaya nga eh. Kaya hanggang kailan kayo Hanggang kailan kayo dito, Mark? Feb ba? Tama ba? Parang yung yata sabi ni Ate Julie, nag-message kasi ko sa kanya dun eh. Hindi ko alam eh. Dami kasing work, pasok ng taon eh. Hey, Sir Friends Allen Libaw, welcome to the stream. Gandang gabi, Sir Safe Skies. Thank you. Ayan, Sir Friends Allen. Isa ring member ng VATSIM community dito sa VATSIM community actually. Pero ayan, sa member din ng VATField Discord yan, si Sir Friends. Nakakasabay natin yan minsan. Shoutout sa'yo, Sir. Thank you sa pagdaan sa stream natin. Uy, Julie Pai Gaming is in the house. What's up, Julie Pai? Thanks for the like. Kaya we have another streamer in the house, Julie Pai Gaming on Facebook. Supportin natin yan. Work mode na naman. Ay, okay lang yan, Sir Julie Pai. Maraming salamat din sa pagdaan. Thank you. Let there be light in your heart. Ay, nako, ang lapit na pala, Mark. Nako. Tignan natin, ha. Medyo kasi ang ganda ng pasok ng taon sa trabaho namin. Kaya nga, hindi na rin ako nakakapag-stream ng everyday. Thursday, Friday na lang din. Kasi medyo busy na sa work. Pero sige, we'll see. I'll let you know if ever makakakuha ko. Kahit siguro weekend. Tingnan natin kung weekend, kung kaya. Isang malupitang halik, sir. Ayun, Tam-S. Ang Tam-S niyan, Julie Pais. Ikaw lang talaga ang sex. Maraming salamat, Julie Pai Gaming. 19 is tomorrow. Hindi ako pwede. Ay, lakad din kasi ng sasamahan ko kasi yung wife ko sa dentist ng Saturday morning. Maaga kami sa dentist. Di bale, feeling ko magkakatagpo ka. February 4. Kailan pa ba February? Feeling ko pa yan. Let's see. 2 weeks. Tingnan natin. Baka naman may makita tayong time na Chinese New Year sa 22, no? Sayang hindi kasi holiday yung hindi mo birthday yung holiday. Yo, pre, dito ka pala. Kakalan ko lang RPVI, factory ng hangin as per cap 2. Oh, talaga? Sir Friends. Saan mo nakuha yung pala, Sir Friends, yung metar mo? Kasi hindi available yung metar ng RPVI eh. So, ang ginawa ko na lang, yung pinakamalapit, which is Bacolod. Pero I'm not sure if it's the same. Kasi separate island sila eh. Although yung nakita ko na malapit. Walang anuman, Sir Borg. I love you. Thank you, Julie Pai. Ayan, mga chup-chup sa'yo. Side A. Pero na to, di ba? Mark, yung hindi na syempre si Joey G yung vocalist. Pero nakikita ko nga may mga gig na ulit sa side A sa 19 East. Sino-sino kayo? Kompleto kayo? Iniwan nyo ako sa Discord. Grabe Sir Andre. Ba't iniwan si Sir Friend sa Discord? Sorry po. Hey, Kylen! What's up? Been a while since you've streamed MSFS. Yes, actually, because I was working in the office since Tuesday. So, because we've changed our schedule for this year. We're now working 3 times a week in the office, so I don't have time to stream on Mondays anymore. So I moved my Flight Monday stream to Flight Thursday instead. Thank you for dropping by. Kaylin X is actually another streamer, mga Beshiewap on Twitch. Please also support the channel. Kaylin X. Kaylin X on Twitch. Thank you for dropping by. Neil Steven Plays, thanks for the share. Captain Rami77, waza. Welcome to the stream as well. How are you doing? I have a question. Go, what's your question? Get Metar. Get Metar, is that a website, Sir Allen? Teka, let me Google it. Get Metar. Parang ano, parang song lang ng ano eh. Parang song lang ng baby metal eh. Metar. Get Metar. Dito. Let me check. RPVI. Sa Metartaf kasi ako nag-check eh. Sa Metartaf wala kasi. Ayan, meron. Good job. Scattered clouds, present condition clouds, wind 10 at 13 knots. Temperature 24 degrees. Ang dami lumilipad ngayon eh. Okay, copy. Grabe, ang lakas nga ng wind. 13 knots. Kaya natin yan. Thank you sir friends. Ito may bago akong pagkukuhanan ng Metar. Getmetar.com. Kasi yung kinukuhanan ko usually is the Metartaf. Pero wala si RPVI doon. So ito, at least meron dito. Thank you sir friends. Ayan, meron tayong bagong kaalaman. Maraming salamat talaga sa vaccine community. Sina Daddy June, Quincy, and my... sayang no. Si Jay, hindi ko na rin nakikita yan. Pero si Jay dito pa rin naman sa, di ba, Pinas. Aladino Zuriaga, thanks for the like. Maraming salamat. Sige, check natin, message ko kayo, Mark, pagka, if ever may libre tayo, in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. We'll see. Pero sana, no, bago kayo bumalik. Yeah, I recently lost my job, so I've got quite a bit more time now. I'm currently working on an MSF's airport. Okay, cool.
Currently 06, 13 miles.
Sir, working on an what airport are you working on?
For departing runway 31.
And I'm sorry to hear that you lost your job. I hope you're doing fine.
150.
But the good side about that is you get more time to fly. I know it's really not that. It doesn't sound right, but still we have to look at something positive. How does chat really work in Restream? When you using Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, does it work at the same time, chat all in one? I hope you get my point. Yes and no, Captain Rami. Yes, because all chat boxes are consolidated. So I have this Restream chat app, or actually it's a website. But if you do it on PC, because I'm looking at the chat using my iPad. So if on iPad, I just open Safari, a browser, and then go to the chat.restream.io, and then all chat boxes from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch are consolidated into that browser. On PC, they have this Restream chat app as well, so it works the same. It's just that I only have
8 miles, runway 06.
I only have one monitor, so that's the reason why I'm looking at the chat using my iPad. But well, the answer is no as well, because if your concern is about, because right now you're on YouTube, you're seeing the chats from Facebook and Twitch as well, right? So that's also similar with Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you can also you can also see the chats from Facebook and YouTube. Unfortunately, for Facebook, that doesn't function that well, because there's a restriction in Facebook that we cannot actually pass on the chat from other platforms to Facebook. So on Facebook, you'll only see the chats from Facebook just from Facebook. So you won't be able to see the chat from YouTube and Twitch. So but for other platforms, it's working fine. I hope that's what you're asking. Hopefully. Yan. Daniel Galut Marino, DGM. What's up? Thank you also for tuning in on Facebook. Pwede din dyan sa Metartaf on other airports. Yan, sir friends. Dito, yung first choice ko talaga, first option for the Metar is Metartaf. Pero yun nga kasi wala, yung other airports wala siya dito, like yung mga RPVI, RPLK, yung mga domestic or regional airports na hindi ganun kakilala. So, at least eto, I have a second option, yung getmetar.com. And thank you for the advice. Yes bro, sa Pinas pa rin siya. Ayun. Captain question, ikaw si Pal 27. Yes, sir friends. They use OBS. No, I use Streamlabs. But technically, yes, it's still OBS. Because the technology or the application is OBS, right? It's a free source
Level
app
270
that was
final. High speed
or
below 10.
made refined by Streamlabs. Kamis lumipad, busy pa eh. Kailan ang huling lipad mo ano? Sir Daniel. Is there a chat for stream for it? What do you mean, Captain Rami? Sorry. Can you elaborate further? Pag wala talaga, I use Windy app or Pag-asa Advisory. Okay. Okay, copy. Windy app tsaka Pag-asa Advisory. Sige, I'll check on that. Ayan, ang dami ko na pinagsasabi. Let's prepare the aircraft. Oo, Jay, nagre-live ako, nagloko si Streamlabs. In-end niya yung stream ko. So I had to do a real live. The airport I'm working on is Glasgow. Rest week, by the way, as you asked. I'm looking at getting it onto Build store and maybe Orbx2. Oh, I see. Orbx Orbix actually is I heard that from Volanta, if I'm not mistaken, right? So that's gonna be a payware, Kaylin. Am I correct? Just gotta speak with my contracts about it. I see, yeah. So that's gonna be a payware if you're gonna put it in Builds or Orbix. I know Orbx, you need to buy there. I forgot the name of the currency because I just started with the Volanta, so I just heard of Orbx. I think just this month. Last year pa, Lods. Uy, ang tagal na nun, Sir Daniel. After Christmas. Baku, Azerbaijan to Changi Airport. Hindi pa ako nakakabalik dyan sa Changi. Parang gusto kong bumalik dyan. Kaya pala kala ko tapos ka. Hindi ko start pa lang natin. Na-encounter mo a few nights ago, palanding ka yata from RPLC to RPLL. May nagpaikot-ikot around runway 06. Actually, hindi ko napansin, Sir Friends, na nagpapaikot-ikot. Pero, alam ko na ano, kasi minsan nakikita ko sa VADSIM eh. Nakikita kita sa RPLL. Pero hindi ko napansin yun na may nagpaikot-ikot sa runway 06. It would be payware, yeah. I'm looking at it being a cheap one though. Roughly $10. Australian dollars is... I see. RBX. Yeah, I know. Australian dollars. But I'm aiming for it to be roughly $10 US. And I think that's cheap. That should be... that should be practical. $10 US. So that's roughly around 500 plus pesos. And here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you're gonna buy, for example, a scenery, usually it costs around 700 pesos. Or how much is it in US dollars? Because US dollars right now is 50 plus eh. So I think that's more than $10 actually. So I think it's just right. $10 US. OBS or Streamlabs chat for restream instead of me using YouTube chat. I see. Well, for Streamlabs, if you're gonna stream using the Streamlabs software, they have this chat box as well. So you can, if you're streaming on YouTube, then you just need you can just rely on the chat box on Streamlabs. It will show the chats from YouTube. Unfortunately, if you want to multi-stream on Streamlabs, you have to pay for the ultimate subscription, or you need to have an ultimate subscription for that. But the problem with Streamlabs chat, it's not working. It's not working like the Restream chat, wherein you can also, your viewers can also see the chats from other platforms. So it's just you that can see the chats from all platforms that you're streaming on, but your viewers won't be able to see it on their live chat as well. Hey, Chowder, what's up? See you in Iloilo. Nice. Taga Iloilo ka ba, ano? Chowder. Sama ako, dalawin ko lang dito. Oh, sige, tara, Jane. Let's go. Oo nga, lipad na tayo, delayed na tayo. Wait. Sorry, I'll go back to the chat box in a bit because our flight is already delayed. Let's go. Jet bridge is already connected. Let's now start the boarding process. See? We haven't started the boarding process pa. How many passengers do we have? Full house. We have 174 passengers. So let's begin the boarding. And the fuel truck is already here as well. How many fuel do we need? 5.4 tons of fuel. So let's refuel our aircraft. So while we're doing that, let's now set up our panel brightness. I'll go back to the chat in a bit. Let me just quickly prep the aircraft so we can already start our flight. Our flight is already delayed. Thanks, our friends, for reminding me. There are a lot of pilots flying here in RPLL right now. Nice. Okay. Let's change this as well. Thanks, Mark, for the like. What's up? Ayan, sa hopefully magkita tayo. Tingnan natin kung magkakakuha ako ng ano, available or free time sa ganda kasi napasok ng taon eh. Ay, sorry, may message pala. Tingnan mo to si Sir Kurt. Contact me once ready for push and start. Nag-connect siya sa V-Pilot using RPLL TW. Kala mo, Sir Kirk, hindi mo ako malaloko. Ay, may center na online, Zach FSS. Where's Zach? Is it yung crossing the pond. Nice. Anyway, wait, let me just set up the aircraft and then I'll go back to the comment section in a bit. Please hold on, baby, hold on. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, there. So we don't have an online ATC right now, so we're just gonna use a default squawk code. Turn on. Okay, let me just pull up my checklist. Let's do our checklist. Yes, Chowder is from Iloilo. Sige, I'll see you. Intayin mo ako dyan, Chowder. Pupunta tayo dyan. Yeah. By the way, there's a nice tool I use for MSFS. If you put runway.airport.db.io into Google, that's a nice tool I use. You just enter your ICAO that you're flying from or to anything. I see. Okay. So actually, it's similar K-Link with Metartaf because I use Metartaf for that. It also shows you the runway, the best runway to use or the active runway based on the weather. Although if you file your flight plan on SimBrief, it will also give you the active runway or real life runway, right? So even if because sometimes what I see in Metar is as soon as there's a change in the wind direction, they will already change the runway. But in real life, there's this set of threshold, right? That even if the wind, even if we have tailwind, as long as it's not strong enough, they will still retain the current runway. They won't change it right away unless it really has let's for example. We now have a strong tailwind, then that's the time that they will change the runway. So that's the real problem with Metarta. As soon as the wind direction changes, they also change the runway right away, even if the real life runway is still the old one. I already paid for the restream. There, Captain Rami. Then that's fine. Because what you need to do is, if you're gonna use Streamlabs, like for me, I'm using Streamlabs right now. Restream will actually give you the RTMP code. I forgot if it's the correct one, RTMP code that you need to use on Streamlabs. So you just need to put that RTMP code on Streamlabs. So when you stream on Streamlabs, Streamlabs will send the signal to Restream, and Restream will be the one to send it to the multiple platforms that you have. So you just need to take note of that RTMP code from Restream and then key it in on Streamlabs. It also includes ILS frequencies, courses, wind, everything. Oh, I see. So similar to Navigraph, right? Navigraph also has that function, although Navigraph is a pay-aware. So if runway airport DB is free, then that's better. Okay, cool. So I think we're good here. Let's do our checklist first. Battery masters 1 and 2 are on. External power is on. Strobe lights set to auto. Adheres align 132. APU and engine fire test check. Instruments and displays brightness set. Seatbelt sign is on. No smoking sign is set to auto. Emergency exit signs armed. Annunciator lights test. So we're good. No ATC is online right now. This was supposed to be the time that we have to request for the IFR clearance, but since we don't have an ATC online, I'll just go ahead and use or check our flight plan on Navigraph. So let me show you Navigraph right now, so you'll see what I'm doing. There. So actually, they're similar to this Kaylin. Navigraph also has this, but not for all airport. Like for example, RPLK, this is a regional domestic airport, so it's not really that popular. So it's not available on METAR/TAF or the well-known METAR websites. So anyway, let's unload this, but because that was my previous flight. Let's import the flight from SimBrief. So this is it, RPLL to RPVI or Manila to Iloilo. So right now we will be taking off from runway 13. Now it shows here, for example on Navigraph, that there's a 1 knot of tailwind. So usually that's still fine. We can still take off from runway 13. But looking at METAR right now, let me go ahead and check METAR/TAF. It shows runway 31, but is it true?
Traffic advisory, Banyan
Let me check.
5332, shot panel runway 06, Manila.
Let me check SimBrief for this.
Traffic advisory, Philippine 1104,
RPVI.
positive 1600, descending to 3000 RMB running good.
Runway, we are now departing from runway 6 as per SimBrief. So they changed our departure to runway 06. So let me just refile this. So we are now departing via Verde 2 Romeo instead of Verde 2 Victor. So let me generate the flight plan again, and let's pull it up from SimBrief. RPLP pwede sa RPLK METAR. RPLP is Legazpi, tama ba, Sir Friends? Sabagay, magkalapit lang naman yun no? Pero kasi if RPLK is available naman sa getmetar.com, then I'll use that na lang kasi mas accurate. Okay, so we have a change in runway right now. As per SimBrief, we should be using runway 06 already because of a change in wind condition. Tagal ko kasing lumipad Nagbago na tuloy yung runway. Okay, let me just file this again on VATSIM while we're waiting for our passengers to board the aircraft. Okay, flight plan is filed on SimBrief. We are cruising at an altitude of flight level 350. So let's go back to the aircraft. We have to actually configure this again. Okay, so let's check here. Our fuel is already complete, so we can now disconnect this. Let's go back to our EFB homepage, our flight plan there. So we have a new flight plan now. We are now taking off from runway 06 here in Manila via the Verde 2 Romeo departure, but still the same, Verde Alpha 461 and then the rest. So instead of runway 13, we are now taking off from runway 06. Is there a change in the payload? I don't think so. Let's don't change this anymore. Okay, so I think that's good. Let me just check the pilot if our flight plan is updated there. Yep, it's updated. Magkalapit lang yon, so what, like, yeah, T1 to T4, correct. Yung Legazpi and Bicol. Hey, Captain Kera is also in the house. Sir Kera, what's up, Kera team? Support din natin yan on Facebook. Follow natin. Thank you, Sir Kera. Ayan. Yun nga, kanina sir, friends, sabi ko kasi wala sa Metartaf si RPVI. So I'm checking sana Bacolod kasi mas malapit din si Bacolod. Hindi ganun kalapit unlike with Legazpi and Bicol na airport. Kasi yun talaga magkalapit, 'di ba? Kaya just like what you said, Terminal 1 and Terminal 4. Pero yun si Bacolod medyo kabilang island eh. And buti na lang yan, may getmetar.com pala. Okay, so we're good here. Let me just pull up Navigraph again. And let's pull up our flight plan. So let's unload this again. I've generated another flight plan. I'm gonna import that from SimBrief. So here's our new flight plan. There. So we are now taking off from runway 06 via the Verde 2 Romeo departure via Verde, and then we will be landing at runway 02 in Iloilo via the Barba 1 November arrival. So we don't have the approach yet. So the suggested approach is RNP runway 02 or RNAV 02 transition Bian. So let's add that to our route. Okay, and then let's check our departure. We have a lot of flyers right now. Okay, so Verde 2 Romeo. Speed restriction is maintained maximum of 260 knots up to and until turn is completed at Gonan. So we have to take note of that. Maximum of 260 knots. Transition altitude is 11,000 feet from Tabla to Verde. So no altitude restrictions except for Klena and Tabla. Klena we need to be at or above 10,000 feet. Tabla we need to be at or above flight level 134. So that's fine. We can set our initial climb to flight level 150, which is the advisable altitude or initial climb for Manila or for RPLL. And then for our arrival, we are arriving via the Barba 1 November. Let's check our chart for that. Star Barba 1 November, so runway 02. Let's spin this. Barba 1 November. So where's Barba? So this is Barba. We should be at Barba at or above 9,000 feet. 250 maximum. So it's just it. Barba 9,000 feet, and then after that we're gonna begin our approach there. So Barba we need to be at or above 9,000, and then after that we're gonna track Dian. By Dian we can we'll be commencing our approach. RNP runway 02. Let's just check. Our missed approach altitude is 2,500. Transition level is flight level 130. After Dian, we're gonna track Johan, maximum of 230 knots, 3,500 feet, and then 02 Alpha at 2,500 at or above, and then mandatory 2,500 feet by the time that we will reach 02 Bravo, which is our FDA, and then 3 degrees of glide slope. And our MDA is 500 feet. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Let's set this up here in our MCDU. Let me just go ahead and switch back to our aircraft. Okay, FMGC. MCDU, ATSU, AOC, init, and init data request. Okay, next, init page, init request. Napadaan lang para mag-like. Hey, John Rodri Tyson, thank you also for the like. Salamat sa pagdaan. Yep, natutunan ko lang din yan sa community. Ayan, kaya thank you Sir friends and the rest of the BATSIM community for the knowledge. Ang dami ko rin natututunan ni technique and tips eh. Metartaf actually kay Sir Kero ko to natutunan eh. And then yung fix info naman for top of descent ng Airbus kila Sir Kirk, saka Slimman from Twitch naman siya, hindi siya from BATSIM. Check mo FMC if naka-connect yung Johan after Dayan. Ay sige Dayan collection, sige, I'll check that Sir friends. We can add it naman just in case, add a waypoint. Same with RPLT, wala ring
Taxi to Terminal
wala
3
rin
via
yung
Romeo,
FDA
first
dun.
31, Charlie Left
Inad
Delta,
ko na lang
confirm for
siya.
November.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck,
Okay, IRS
myself, the
init.
captain, the
So
first
check
officer,
wind temp.
cabin crew, I'd
Request
like to
lang
take the time to
natin.
welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork.
Shout out to our
that's on
viewers
here, and we'll
tonight.
receive final numbers
Thanks
from the
for
ground
tuning
crew, then
in.
we'll be on our way.
Welcome to
Flight
the
desk will be
stream.
coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full
Okay, wind
undivided
is
attention as they review
okay.
safety operations of this Airbus aircraft.
So in it, we're good here. Let's go to the flight plan. So RPLL, we are now departing from runway 06 via the Verde 2 Romeo departure. This one. Okay, so let's insert that. And then in Iloilo, we will be arriving via the RNAV runway 02 approach. Barba 1 November via Dian. There. So let's check the flight plan in a bit. So wait, let me just check this with Navigraph for the flight restrictions and the what do you call this, speed and altitude restriction. So for Verde 2 Romeo, we have a speed restriction of 260 knots until Gonan, which is good here in FMG, in our FMS. And then Klena at or above 10,000 feet, that's keyed in. Tabla at or above flight level 134. And then we have a flight plan discontinuity. We're gonna go direct to top up later since we don't have any ATCs online right now. You can just clear that flight plan discontinuity while after or before we reach Verde. Okay, we're good here. If we're gonna check the star, so for Barba we should be at or above 9,000 feet, so let's key it in here. Decent. Okay, Barba at or above 9,000, and then Dayan, so we have Dayan 8,000 at or above 8,000 feet, so it's here. Then Johan, which is actually part of our approach already, maximum of 230 knots at or above 3,500, and then we can decelerate by then. And then track 02 alpha at or above 2,500, and then mandatory 2,500 at 02 bravo. So I think we're good with our FMS, but let's go ahead and check our flight plan as well, just to make sure that we have the correct one. Okay, so again from RPLL, we're gonna take off from runway 06. We're gonna track 06 Foxtrot, and then turn right to Gonan, and then Klena. Oops, I forgot the 60R, the constraints. Okay, 260 knots, 260 knots. That's good. Okay, then Klena, then Tablat, flight level 134, then Verde, and then later we're just gonna actually remove this since we don't have any ATCs online. You can just go straight to top up after that. And then San Jose, and then Barba at 9,000 feet at or above 9,000 feet to Dayan, 8,000 at or above 8,000 feet, and then to Johan, maximum of 230 knots, 3,500 at or above 2,500 via the by 02 alpha, and then mandatory 2,500, maximum 185 knots by 02 bravo. And then that's it, gonna land on runway 02 in Iloilo. So our flight plan is good. Let's go back to the FMS and set this up. So we're good with the flight plan. So secondary flight plan, we just have to check this. It's inoperative inoperative in the fly-by-wire simulations mod. So RadNav, we just need to check it. And then let's go to fuel pred. ZFWCG is 34.8. We're gonna check that later for our trim. And then we have 5.4 tons of fuel. Okay, and then let me just compute for our flex to temp. I'm using A3NX performance calculator tool for this. I'm not sure why. There, runway 06. Let's calculate. Okay, flex to temp is 67. We can take off using flaps 1. So let's go to perf, and then flaps 1. We have to check our trim. That's 34.8 Let me check my chart. My checklist. Okay, 34.8. That's gonna be 5. 1.1. Down 1.1. There. And our flexo temp as per 832NX performance calculator is 67. And then our V1 is 146. Our V2 is also VR rather is 146. And then V2 is 151. Okay, all good. Transition altitude is 11,000 feet. We're good with our FMS. Let's go to our checklist. MCDU setup is complete. Let's now turn on our predictive wind shear and lock the cockpit door. Hey ate, what's up? Thanks for the like. Welcome to the stream. Ayan, meron diyan Sir Friends. Lods pa-accept ng friend request ko sa FB, salamat. Sige, later, John, after the stream. And thank you. Okay, so cockpit door is locked. Cockpit preparation checklist is complete. Let's now go on to our FCU EFIS setup. Barometric reference, it's 1013 here in RPLL. So, it's already indicated there. Our FCU altitude is 15,000, or flight level 150, our initial climb. And then speed and heading are dashed. IRS alignment is checked. EFIS arc 10 miles. Flight directors both on. FCU EFIS setup checklist complete. Let's now disconnect the ground services. I forgot to load the baggage in the catering truck, but that's fine. We don't need to do it right now. So let's now move on to startup preparation. So APU master switch on. APU starter on. Let's wait for the APU to start up. And shout out to our viewers tonight while we're waiting for the APU to start up. Let's listen to this ad.
Welcome to BORGGAMING channel. Borg's move to streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Please support Borg by following him on Facebook and Twitch, and by subscribing to his
Again, Ate Zara, what's up?
channel. Kindly
Thanks for the like on
and share
Facebook.
the stream.
Let's turn on our dome lights.
Borg is also an Epic Games partner. You may support him on Epic Games by using his creator tag when purchasing anything on Epic Games. Thank you very much.
There. Thank you for listening to the ad. And just in time, our APU is already available. So APU is available, crew oxygen supply is on, fuel pumps on, air conditioning on, navigation lights on, APU bleed on, external power off. Startup preparation checklist complete. Moving on to startup checklist. Beacon light on, and we can now disconnect the ground power unit. Okay, no ATC online right now, but there are a lot of flyers right now here in RPLL. Okay, so we're good. Let's now proceed with our pushback. Where's my metard taff again? There. Just checking. So we're still good with runway 06. Winds variable at 2 knots actually. Cool. Okay, let's now start our pushback. Let's pre-plan our pushback. So we will be taking off from runway 06, or we're gonna pushing back to facing west or south rather. Yeah, facing south. Wait, let me just check VATSIM. Let's go outside first. Make sure that there are no aircrafts here. So we're gonna pushing back facing south. We're supposed to do our push and start on Sierra 11. Unfortunately, I don't have the pull or tow rather. So we're good with this. Let's announce our intention. So we will now be pushing back to taxiway Kilo, facing south, runway 06. Okay. Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 27 at Terminal 2 Gate 47. Aircraft is Airbus A320neo. Commencing push and start to taxiway Kilo facing south for runway 06. What's wrong with my flight controls? There's something wrong with the rudder. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's start our pushback.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
We will now be departing Manila. Pushing back to taxiway Kilo.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Okay.
Parking brake set.
The
Lifting
aircraft is now
aircraft.
being lifted.
We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay. Parking brake
Parking
release.
brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Okay, pushback commencing. Okay, let's start the engines. Engine mode, start. Starting engine number 2. Engine 2 is available, starting engine number 1.
Banyan 351 will taxi Charlie Cross 31 Hotel to Hold Road, non-mission 6 ay
Yeah, we have a lot of flyers right now in RPLL.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake. Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft. Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect. Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight. Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, we're good. Let's just wait for engine number 1 to be available. There, engine 1 available, engine mode normal. APU bleed off, APU master switch off, startup checklist complete. Moving on to before taxi checklist. Transponder is set, probe windows heat, auto spoilers. armed, flaps, takeoff, auto brake, set to max, nose light, taxi, runway turn off lights on, dome lights off. And then weather radar, let's set it to 1. Okay, let's do our flight controls checklist. Why isn't it actually doing its job? So the flight control there. Okay, elevator up, down, neutral, left, right, left, full, neutral, aileron, left, full, right, full, neutral. Then for a trim, that should be 1.1 down. There. Okay, we're good. Let's now announce our intention to taxi. We're gonna taxi to runway 06. What am I doing? Okay, so we're on taxiway Kilo. We're gonna taxi to runway 06, holding point Hotel 2. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie Hotel 2. Manila Traffic Advisory Philippine 27 at taxiway Kilo, commencing taxi to runway 06 via taxiway Kilo Golf 4 Charlie, holding point Hotel 2, will hold short of runway 06. Okay, let's go. Park brake off, chronometer on, cabin advice. So we have to do it one more time. There. Then takeoff config, test normal, ecam all green no blue. Before taxi checklist complete. Let's now taxi to runway 06. Oh, we have a Boeing 747. Is it? No, it's an Airbus A380. It's an Airbus A380. How come there's an Airbus A380 here?